Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, 69, did not use her Native American heritage to push ahead her political career, according to a report. The Boston Globe extensively studied documents and interviewed those she was associated with at Ivy League colleges to determine whether her stance as a minority played a part in her obtaining top-level roles, which led to her career in politics. Harvard University Human Resources reportedly didn't even add details of her ethnicity to her file until after nearly 5 months in her professor position, this despite offering her the job 2.5 years earlier. Warren further proved the point Sunday by posting documents from applications and various updates to her job records to her website. "My family is my family," Warren told the Globe. "But my background played no role in my getting hired anywhere. It signifies she climbed her way to the top on her own merit." And although Warren, 69, denies she is running for the American presidency in 2020, it hasn't stopped Donald Trump from criticizing the Democrat. She will go head-to-head with 3 Republicans from her state who are running in the primary Tuesday. John Kingston, Jeff Dew, and Beth Joyce Lindstrom are her opposition as she fights for re-election. This despite many suggesting she has flaunted her roots to claim jobs reserved for minorities at the likes of University of Houston and University of Texas. Share this article. Share. Even as a student at Rutgers, she marked no one asked if she was interested to apply for a minority program. While at some institutions she eventually changed to identifying as Native American, she entered as white. A University of Houston document from 1978 with options for Oriental, Black, and Mexican American classes Warren as other. "If I don't win the election, news ratings are going to go so far down, they'll be out of business, every one of them," Trump is quoted as saying in March. He had also used the name to describe Warren in November 2017. Can you imagine covering Bernie Sanders or Pocahontas? How about that? Warren says her family has revealed her Cherokee and Delaware tribe ancestry in the past, something she has longed to hold on to, especially after her mother and aunts passed away. The Boston Globe newspaper reports that interviews and documents show the issue was not considered by those who admitted Warren to law school at Rutgers or to jobs at the University of Houston, the University of Texas, and the University of Pennsylvania. She was not on the radar screen at all in terms of a racial minority hire. Randall Kennedy, a law professor who was in charge of recruiting minority candidates to Harvard Law School, told the Globe, "It was just not an issue. I can't remember anybody ever mentioning her in this context." The Globe reports that it examined hundreds of documents, many of them never before available, and talked to 31 law school professors from that period at Harvard. All but one said her Native American heritage was not discussed as part of the decision to hire her. One said he was unsure if the issue came up, but if it did, it had no bearing on his vote. Even colleagues at Pennsylvania University pointed out that she made it more apparent she was from Oklahoma, referring to herself as an Okie at times. It's backed up by a Penn Law Forum in a November 1990 interview where she says, "I think the best thing that I can do for Penn students is be a woman and be from Oklahoma and to come from at best a working class background." On the whole, Many are surprised the leader of the United States is concerned with the matter. Even Harvard Law professor emeritus Alan Dershowitz, described as an occasional Trump defender by the Globe, admitted he thought Trump had better things to concern himself with. "This is a made-up issue," he said about her heritage possibly boosting her career. "This is not an issue that's worthy of the president or anyone else." Harvard professor David Wilkins was on the 1993 committee that voted for her to join and mentioned that she's not the only one who is white with a background stemming from other ethnicity. He was one of the only black people teaching law at the time. It was also during the period Dean Robert Clark made a controversial comment regarding affirmative action with Wilkins, saying, "This is a university, not a lunch counter in the Deep South," which he later apologized for. Warren's husband of 38 years added to the sentiment that Harvard and many other colleges were not concerned with fair representation in jobs at the time. "By the unwritten rules that most schools played by at the time, none of this should have happened," Bruce Mann said. Law faculty is hired in their own image. Except for those rare occasions when someone came along that was just so stunningly good that they couldn't ignore her.